Operator 7 here, bringing you the video review of the Evolution Gear Sig Sauer Tango 60 short dot scope. So this scope was something I bought to replace my Tango 60 from Holy Warrior, because I'd seen that it wasn't really entirely as accurate as a replica as this one, and I'll explain why in a second. So I got this green box, which I found is quite unassuming. It doesn't really, I don't know, I felt a little bit like I had just spent about £300 on this scope, and I felt like, okay, I might have made a bad decision when I bought it. It was my first time buying from Evolution Gear, so I had seen a few reviews, of course, but I was still very nervous about it, because the Holy Warrior one, it just comes in a much better presentation. The whole package, it comes with instructions, it comes with patches. I mean, the whole presentation around it is just perfect. A little bit cheaper as well. So, you know, this green box that came already ripped didn't feel like much to me for what I had paid for, but that kind of went away as soon as I took it out the box, because I mean, it just is so nicely built, and it does look the part, as you can see here. It is basically a one-to-one replica of the original Sig Sauer Tango 60. One of my concerns about the Holy Warrior one was definitely the markings. The level markings were missing, the size was different, the weight was different. There was a few differences. The lens were not as good. The setup, they would get a little bit blurry on the edges. The reticle wouldn't behave the same way. I was just not entirely happy with it, but it was good build, it was good quality, and it did come in a nice packaging. But when I saw this one, I just felt, you know, I gotta get this one. As you can see, it comes with the lens cap here. It does say Sig there. That's such a good, I mean, the details are just amazing. Same at the back, as you can see, Sig right there. It's just really nicely done. And if I remove them, again, all the markings are there. Manufacturing, part number, serial number, barcode, Sig Sauer there. I mean, again, it's just really nicely done. As you can see here, the fake fiber optic, of course it's a replica. It does come with the quick throw lever, which works really nicely. On the Holy Warrior one, it was really stiff and hard to move around. This one is just stiff enough. It keeps this position if you hit it slightly. But it's easy to action if you need to change from one magnification to another. So I do prefer this one as well. It does come with a ring to focus as well, but I just feel like it is a lot better, and especially when it comes down to the lens. But I'll get to that in a minute. Operation wise is similar to the other one. You have these turret caps here, which you just remove by unscrewing. Again, super simple, super easy. You can do it without any tools. By click increments, you can change the elevation and the windage. So nothing out there, but really easy. Just super easy to adjust. And most of all, you don't need to take any tools that you might just eventually lose. In order to turn on the reticle, so you've got night vision 1, night vision 2. Of course, this is an Airsoft version. You will not be able to use it with night vision, but then you've got, I think from position 10 all the way to 7, you can see the red dot. On 10 it is quite clear, quite nice, and I usually either use it off or use it on 10, depending on what I want. And then if you want to access the battery compartment, again, it's this little screw cover here. You just unscrew it, and there you go. It is a lithium button type battery. It's a 2032 CR2032. Again, super easy. It does have an O-ring, so I've used it in bad weather conditions. It works really well. Of course, one of the things that happens is if you leave it on, it will go through the battery, so just be mindful it doesn't auto shut down. You'll have to turn it off yourself, but other than that, it just looks the part. It's very well built, very good precision machining, all the parts. I mean, there's no flaws that I can see. It's really, really nicely done. It does come with a J-cell precision mount. This is the high mount. I do prefer high mounts because I do wear a mask on all my airsoft games, so it does give me the clearance between the gun and the scope, so it helps me to align myself to the scope and acquire targets more quick, rather than having to, you know, negotiate between the mask and the cheek rest of my gun. It's just annoying. This way, it just takes all that kind of work out the way, and it makes it much simpler, much easier, and I do appreciate that. The mount itself is very good quality. It does come in a different shade of tan. I don't care. This color, it looks brilliant, just impeccable. So I'm super happy with it. But what I'm really happy about is actually the lens quality and the reticle. The reticle just looks like exactly like the real steel one, and also behaves exactly like the real steel one. As you zoom in, that reticle is going to look is also going to be zoomed in, so it will be bigger, but it doesn't lose any quality, and I mean, it behaves just like the real steel one, which is really cool. For instance, the Holy Warrior one, that wouldn't work. The reticle wouldn't change as you would zoom in. Again, I think that it's probably you know, probably just me, because I prefer it that way. But I just prefer it to look more like at least the one I saw from Sig Sauer, where it works like that. Again, I'm really happy with it. I usually run this scope on my tan VFC MCX Virtus. It is a little bit heavy. That's probably one of the downsides, probably the only downside, and the price, of course. It is quite heavy. I'm going to show you. It does weigh a little bit more than most of my scopes. Basically, as you can see, 746 grams. It's almost a kg worth of scope here. But again, as I mentioned, to get those engagements far, you know, medium distance, anywhere from 0 to 50s, up to 75 meters, and see if I'm landing the BBs on target, I guess it just does the trick for me. I really like it, and it goes so nicely with my tan Virtus, which is what I wanted it for. And again, another good thing about the mount is that you just kind of, you don't need any tools to mount it. Let me just see if I can do it here on camera. You just align it, and then basically you just screw it in. I gotta make sure it's in place, because otherwise it'll fall. All right. There we go. As you can see, there's a couple of lugs there that align with the rail, so that's quite good. It will not go anywhere, believe me. And once you screw it in, I mean, I can do it with my own hands, but again, you probably might want to do it with some tools. As you can see, it is in place. It can hold the gun from there, and it just looks really nice. I'm really happy with it. I think it was well worth the price, and it just is good quality. Not saying that the Holy Warrior one wasn't. I just prefer this one far better. Right, guys, let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments. Let me know how you found the review. If you have any issues with the similar site, or if you found, you know, that are better sites out there or better scopes out there than this one for your setup, it would be great to find out. Hope you enjoyed the review. Operator 7 over now. Thank you.